welcome to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. I'm here back again with this hemlock. I did not get any progress during the weekend. So I got, like I said in the last episode, I got most of this bucked up. It's about, I don't know, like at 9 a.m. in the morning. I could continue to buck this morning, but in terms of the noise ordinance, but I'm going to wait until a little later in the morning, so I'm not too loud, because the Husqvarna is pretty loud. So I'm going to start ferrying some of these bucked up rounds with the Kubota in the background. You see there, I just filled up some of the tires with air, so we're all ready to go. Give some gas. So I'm gonna start ferrying it down, but the question is where to put the rounds, because you want to put the rounds where you're going to stack. Because I can move my splitter anywhere, more or less, in my yard. That's not a problem. So to move the splitter where the rounds are, but to have the rounds where you want to stack it, would be ideal, so you're not having to handle the wood more than needed. Save you time, thus saving money, in theory. So we're gonna go down to the backyard and figure out where we're gonna put this hemlock. So this is the spruce that we've been kind of picking away at currently for bundlewood and rackwood. Behind that is fir. That is stuff that I don't think I think those are more cookies or shorter than like 16 inches long. This is more of that same stuff, fir. I think this is 16 inch, but the one in this bigger stack here is kind of shorties. That stack is leaning, and then this is a mix, mostly fir, but this is good stuff that is at 16 inch, also leaning out. We're kind of on a slope in the yard here. And then obviously in here is my cedar. I don't want to do anything back in here because of the woods. I'm thinking in front of the cedar here, because this is my backyard, leaving this space open, because I probably have a cord of that hemlock, but then I have this fir here that I need to get split, and or split obviously, and then this bucked and split. So that's drying. Jeez, I just did the math, and last year with my spreadsheet, I figured out that I started to burn late October. So now it is mid to late August, so I don't have much time to prep in terms of to split wood that's going to be ready for the fall and winter. It's still pretty sunny here in the Pacific Northwest. We got some smoke from fires, which happens, I guess, now every summer, which is a bummer. But it's cooler today, so it should not be too bad working outside. But yeah, I don't know where to put this wood. I guess I could put it, there's space in the cedar right there that we have exhausted, but then having to walk in there is a pain. So it looks like I'm gonna make a space in front of the cedar here. All right, so I decided to put the hemlock in front of the cedar. Kind of messes up the backyard, but because I have these cedar blocks I need to take care of, and I don't know where they're gonna go. Mind these boxes, they need to be burned, but I'm gonna try starting to ferry the hemlock. I'm putting on these pallets. I don't want them on the ground, even though in theory they were not going to be on the ground for very long, but I want to make sure that they're off the ground. And then this is going to be our stacking area. I couldn't find any 48 wide by 48 pallets. These are, I don't know, something shy of 40 by like 55. So definitely going to be, so maybe, and do the math, I'm going to do 3 rows but have space in between each row, which would be ideal, and then have these as the sides. I'll put braces in the back, and then to screw down the front for now, I'll put braces on later because I want to be able to not have the braces be in the way in the front as I am stacking. So let's do that now. So a side note, I decided to use screws to put together my braces. I have shorties, T20, 21, 20, 20, and then I got some longer ones, a T25. Just use pallet scraps for the angle braces here. Sometimes these edges are longer than the actual bottom on both sides, which won't really matter as long as you have the wood stacked against this plane. It should not affect this brace. And then I use the shorty screws here so I can take them apart easily and reuse them if need be, and longer ones to tie into the front if need be. But yeah, let's get to varying now. Alright, so as you can see from my down the hill camera, the stack of rounds is getting pretty full, and now it's late morning, so now I have a comfortable to start the chainsaw. So let's get the chainsaw sharpened, lubed up, gassed up, and up here in the hill, as well as I'm going to bring in a maul and a wedge to try to get these bigger, heavier rounds and the base rounds just split up in smaller chunks so they're easy to maneuver and put in the trailer. Let's go. All right, back again, and now we have the saw and the maul and the wedge starting to cut up these pieces again, so let's get on it. All right, so everything is bucked. Started to cut into the bigger pieces and the stumps. You see the ants coming out of that one, like you saw in the previous video. I don't know. It's like time in the chain to noodle these portions into quarters, or cut them in little bits so the wedge will fit, and then be able to pound them. So this is really dense wood at the base, and the chain is not liking the noodling. So I'm gonna change the battery, a SIM card, and this GoPro, and I'll be back at you. So the cut on this round got wonky, and I cut here and I cut here. It didn't align, so I was trying to use the wedges to break it apart, but I had this middle part right in there that I can't give the wedges. I'm going to carefully use my chainsaw, and hopefully that will work. One that had the ants in it, and you can see soil in there. So definitely would not be something that I would want to noodle anyway. I hope these ants go away. Yeah. All right, last load of rounds in the trailer. I have 1, 2, 3 that are a cookie length, but at the bottom. So they're super dense. This one was almost at where they cut the stump where it flares out. That one kind of does too. And even though I could get this into my trailer, this is really hard to split with the splitter. Even when the splitter, especially the splitter, is vertical, there's no good way to have the back at the plate where the blade could cut, because there's no 90 degrees. So by cutting this down into at least half, then you have a 90-degree surface. You put that up against the plate and split. If not, then you have a hell of a time. So let's get to it. All right, all the small logs and the bottom pieces are split by hand, and tarp is now empty. Now it's time to, I'm gonna probably back this up, and then we will get to clean off this tarp and all the sawdust and cleaning up the driveway. Okay, so what's in the trailer plus all of this is what was just bucked up and ferried down from the top of the driveway to down here. It's quite a bit of wood. I would say that's at least a cord, but minus some cookies, like this one will be split and thrown into the cookie bin over there. So that won't count. So this is about 55 inches by, like, I think it's 9 feet. So definitely set up for more than a cord, but we will definitely check it out once it's all split and stacked. Yeah, like I said, we're going to go up and clean up top after that. I may buck up, as I'm all geared up for it, and with the equipment, buck up this fur, so that's ready to add to this pile. First we'll measure how much we got, and then we'll add the fur and see what we got. I'll add the fur to the hemlock because they're both a soft wood, so it wouldn't be too that bad to mix it or add it to the same pile. All right, so about 2 o'clock, decided to, if I, with what energy I have left, to buck up this fir. So that's done, as I have the chainsaw out already, and lay it right here. And then plan would be to bring in the wood splitter, probably here, take wood behind me, bring it around, split it, and throw it here. If it's cookies, I'll toss this way to be put in the back further, and then this stuff I'll just throw, and then as I get a certain amount, I'll start stacking, and then we'll see how that goes. So for now, let's get this stuff cut. Okay, that sounds good. Well, I hope I got all that. Definitely been a long time coming to get the balance of the fir bucked up, but that was good. Still learning on the saw how to cut safely. So by any means, I'm not an expert, and I'm not a pro. My main job, I'm a consultant, and I work from home in my home office, so this is definitely a side hustle, and I do this to keep my family warm during the fall and winter, and to make some extra income. So any tips or any constructive criticism would be appreciated. So I think I'm going to end this video here. It was kind of long. Hope that it was interesting as a part 2 of the Hemlock saga. Now that my driveway is now back empty, that was the main thing. Hope that I can start to split this hemlock and then the fir tomorrow. So I'm going to kind of prep the area for tomorrow, and then we'll be good to go. Go ahead and watch my other videos until you're up to speed, and for sure let me know if you want to see anything specific. But as always, thank you again, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.